Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Reus 2, where we're going to start today by just kind of getting a handle on the size of the problem. So we know that in order to earn this second star, we're going to have to hit 70 biodiversity. Where are we at right now? This is the first step. Where are we at right now? There's 13 biodiversity in this ocean. There is 19 in this savanna. I'm just looking at like total biodiversity, disregarding even what we spent so far. So that's 13, 19, and 16. So that's only 57, right? I don't know how we even hit 70 total biodiversity, much less 70 unspent bio. That's a lot of biotica. Y'all, okay. I think we're in some real trouble here. I guess for the moment, let's not stress about it too much. I mean, let's work toward it, but let's focus on getting that first star. So, we need to gain a little bit more technology, and it wouldn't hurt to maybe finish Metropolis of Industry sort of on the way there. The 6 wealth is maybe going to be the hardest part. But like, this city has a ton of room for trade routes, right? Does it actually have all of its trade route slots full? It does. Well, that's sad. I was kind of thinking like, hey, maybe we could invent some stuff that would be rad and would help us achieve our goals, but yeah, not looking so much like that's the case. All right. Anyway, we don't want to mess with the plants too much over here. We kind of want to leave this savanna alone, I think. So let's try working on the forest side of this. We still have crevices, right? We have a crevice charge. I think I'm going to throw that down. Here's the question. Am I going to throw it down outside the borders or inside the borders? I think we're going to get at least one more natural expansion here. Okay, are you not completely full up? No, you have a bunch of empty spots. Okay, so if we put stuff down over here, the city will expand to cover it. This city, the blue city, will expand to cover it, I'm pretty sure. So that's good for us. Let's get our mineral giant over here. It's definitely got to be minerals, right? So if we put down a spinel here, needs a level 2 slot, but it's good. That'll provide us quite a lot of gold. And then we definitely need to put down another mineral. Yeah. I don't want to use the biodiversity. So do I want to just put down like 20 gold and 20 gold? I guess this spot's all prepared for a pangolin, right? So let's pangolin here. We're gonna do an upgrade, and I'm trying to seed the ground with as much value as possible. Prosperity in general, of course, but also the pangolin actually is the highest gold output of our options. In fact, it will probably be two. It'll probably be 2 pangolins. Are you on the way? Okay, you're coming. It's a big planet, you know. Yeah, we'll just do 2 pangolins and then the overwrite. Because these are both maximum harmony spots here. Do we have a border expander? We do. Really excellent news. So yeah, that manages to jam 50 gold into one of those locations and 75 gold into the other, because that one's also adjacent to a predator, which is rad. Do I want to make the other one temporarily adjacent to a predator? I mean, it's a little bit of free money, right? Can't do the bullfrog thing here because that's a savanna thing. Probably we did temporarily replace this with something that has the predator tag. Oh no, wait, if I replace this, it's gonna break harmony. So it's this one. I replace this one. Yeah, just for a second, this is a cat. And this spends Eon, obviously, but it doesn't spend very much. Okay, so now this is 5075 and 5075. We legicize both of them. And then probably just turn this back into a white willow, right? Pretty sure. Okay, and that gives us a pretty good value Spinel here. And that honestly might be enough to push us over the wealth value that we need. Yeah, look at that. Look at the value of that spot. Okay, restores all of the stuff for our forest. Now I just need to put down another mineral in this space over here that gives us. I mean, it's not like super exciting, but it is science. What are the projects that we're working on right here? Oh, right, we care about medicinal biotica quite a lot. These minerals are a little awkward, and they're really not ideal once we push past Metropolis of Industries. And actually, we're so close. We're so close. All right. So how can I push us over the top here? I don't really want to be drafting more mineral science. I mean, the answer is removing some of these like poorly performing animals, right? Like this palace cat is only 25 gold. That could be something. How much? I can afford to lose quite a lot of wealth. So you need to be next to a mineral. None of the stuff over here cares about being next to an animal. This palace cat is, well, it's juicing the gold output of one thing here. Yeah. So I think we can just overwrite this with a mossy stone and it'll finish the job. We can also overwrite it with a plant, right? Most of our plants want to be near the other plants. And this slot is giving us... The raccoon dog is alright. It's also unique in the biome, I think is important to point out. Like, we lose the palace cat, we still have a palace cat. If we lose the raccoon dog, we're dropping biodiversity. So, I think I am just going to put down, like, an ash tree in that thing's place. Or wait, should it be an ash tree? It should be something medicinal. A white willow's not actually going to give value, though. Nor is this bamboo. I could set up a bamboo forest. That could help us. That could help us with the biodiversity thing. How much am I missing? We actually need 31. It's not as trivial as just put down any science thing. You know what? Come over here. Replace this thing with a mossy stone. And then I can use this upgraded slot for something, for a tree of greater import. Each adjacent tree bioticum. The bamboo's not a tree, right? Yeah, I would want to reconfigure things here. Well, I don't want to use the maple tree. Right. There's like a whole thing going on here. So the ancient roots of the ginkgo will actually be really good in this slot. I did a good job with the harmony. It's not going to give us all of the extra biodiversity right now, but it's fine. It'll push us over this threshold. It'll get us a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, and now we don't have to worry so much about meeting this planet's need or meeting that project's needs. We can replace our gems with whatever, and we can focus on just getting to 75-75, and trying to do so in a way that's biodiversity friendly. You know.
Oh, yeah.
So, what do we have multiple copies of in this biome that we could potentially replace now? We have a lot of just like crummy, mossy stone that could become something more exciting. You want to be adjacent to 3 different bioticum types. You want to be adjacent to a mineral. Doesn't need to be like a bunch of minerals. You want to be adjacent to at least 2 things, and that's still going to be the case if I replace this this crummy, mossy stone. So I might want to overgrow this patch too. Throw down some, I don't know, maybe throw down some pangolins and then overwrite the patch. Yeah, because this spot right here will be really good for another ginkgo. I think I am going to do that. We're looking at running out of Eon pretty soon, and we're still a very long way off of hitting our other goals, but you know how this goes. Having to pass that 6 mineral threshold was like a little weird. Alright, this is going to break harmony for you. It's not like totally ideal. So let's see here. We would want the musk deer to temporarily become we need a predator animal. Yeah, this is a little awkward. So you want to be adjacent to 2 bioticum types. You still would be here. And then this becomes a mineral just for the moment. Kind of want this to be my raccoon dog. All right, we're just juicing up this this spot as much as we can. And then make this a mineral just for a moment, and it literally doesn't matter what mineral it is. Yeah. And once that's true, then these 2 are both at maximum value. Okay. So now we overwrite that, and then we put back down... First of all, we put down a ginkgo in one of these spots. We got a big food booster. Interesting. So, I do want to replace the musk deer. And I was going to put it here. But with this having a food boost, I wonder. We could just put the musk deer here. Right? That's still good enough for the raccoon dog. Because it can still see tree plus animal. You want to be adjacent to a mineral, so we... This is a mineral, but, you know, it could be a different mineral. And then we put the ginkgo down here, and the ginkgo is adjacent to... Yeah. Yeah, that's not too bad. And plus, this is a musk deer getting over-leveled. Right, it's in a slot that is higher level than it is, so it's putting out extra value. Alright, this gets us the extra biodiversity. Plus, a pretty healthy value for ancient roots. Plus, it's medicinal, so it's adding to the apothecary. Yeah, not bad, not bad. And then we can replace this with something good. I mean, it's a level 2 slot, so I can make it a spinal, but it doesn't really help for it to be a spinal, right? What I want is for it to be something that produces a lot of science. Let's take a draft. I think it's a forest draft. And let's see what's available. So, phosphorus. All plants on the planet gain 25% bonus food for each distinct mineral in their biome. And plus 150 cents. Yo, that phosphorus is really good. Oh, right, but Apex Biotica. Stop looking at the Apex Biotica. Okay. Onyx. If next to something with a harmony tag, produces extra biodiversity. Very cool. Hazelnut tree produces food. Plus 75% food for each adjacent food animal up to 2. That's interesting. And biodiversity. And it outputs a bunch of bonus biodiversity. We have to care a lot about bonus biodiversity at this point. So the phosphorus is looking to me like the winner because it gives us 2 3 stars that we can actually make use of. The leaf turquoise generates a lot of money and biodiversity, and that's like fine. You want to be at least adjacent to 2 tree biotica. I think we gotta take the phosphorus. The hazelnut tree and the onyx both output extra biodiversity, and it's just too valuable to ignore. And that gives us some interesting stuff to build over here. So this is a level 3 slot. It doesn't help me get this stuff done right now. So each adjacent animal that has a food yield. This could stop being a mineral and it would be fine for the purposes of the raccoon dog, who could still see tree and animal. Or plant and animal. You need to be adjacent to a mineral. This blueberry could change. The blueberry is not like a particularly high value food source. So this could become... Let's see, you need to be adjacent to all 3 types. So if this became a mineral, that has to become a plant. But we could do that. We could even do it by just throwing down an upgrade on the space, right? Okay, I think I like that because the hazelnut tree is pretty live. Raccoon dog doesn't have a base food yield. It has a food yield because of its space. There's an ash tree here. Yeah, you care about animals specifically. Oh, but if I'm replacing the ash tree with... if I'm replacing the ash tree, or if I'm replacing this with a hazelnut tree, then the white willow is still active. It still has 2 trees. This white willow is also still active. So yeah, that doesn't break things too badly. So we could replace this with some kind of food animal for maximum food output here. I think I like that. Oh, it's not... Right, it's an upgraded slot, but it's not a level 3 slot. It's a level 2 slot. Shoot. Well, a marula is actually not a bad call either, honestly. And it is a tree, so it still allows us to potentially replace that. But this doesn't actually need a lot of fancy work done to it. Yeah, let's put down the marula. Plus, I believe that's biodiversity because we don't have a marula yet. Alright, so you need to be adjacent to a mineral. Obviously, we could just put down something really boring. That would be fine. But I'm debating whether I want to upgrade this slot. If we did upgrade this slot, we could put down like an onyx, which is high value. Produces the biodiversity. What has harmony on it? Okay, the ginkgo has harmony on it, so... Yeah, the onyx really benefits from this position. And then you have to be a plant of some kind. This is our only moss agate within the biome, right? So yeah, that's a biodiversity moss agate. So we can afford to lose the mossy stone. I think I'm gonna end up doing something like this again. So let's put down just anything with the predator tag for just a moment. Any animal with the predator tag. I'm trying to figure this out because I want to put down, like, I'm going to upgrade this, and obviously before I upgrade it, I want to put down pangolins. Because I want to put down another ginkgo, probably. And so if this becomes a pangolin, and then this becomes temporarily an animal with the predator tag. It doesn't matter which one because it's going to get replaced, but it's just here for harmony's sake. I don't know if I do want to replace this blueberry with a pangolin. I want to replace it with something. 15 food output's not very impressive. I kind of feel like I want it to be something that's outputting science, honestly. Can we do better than 20 science with the situation we have here? You're not adjacent to 2 plants. You're adjacent to a tree. I mean, the best value is always going to be a pangolin. This pangolin won't be all the way harmonied, but it's fine. Yeah, I'll take the 2 points of harmony. It's fine. Then we upgrade the slot. Interesting. I was gonna put the mineral there. Okay, sorry, that was an old booster. It faded. Alright, so I do need to buy an era booster, and I think we can afford for it to be... Or an eon booster. I think we can afford for it to be that. We want to have you come over here. Well, let's start with another ginkgo. 3 different bioticum types. Okay, and then I want this to be a mineral for the sake of both of them. So this ends up being the onyx, which gives us the biodiversity. And that activates 100 things on everybody. Your ancient harmony is up. Your ancient harmony is up. We got these great ancient roots. Now we want to replace this probably with a better animal. With a... That's a little rough because we want to replace this with a science animal. This needs to be an animal for the sake of this ginkgo. I guess this could be the animal. But in any case, we need to gain a little bit of science here, right? Oh, maybe we got there off a trade route, I think. Clean and renewable energy for all. Hooray! So, we're pressed up against our eon limit, but we do have a lot of unspent resources yet. We are crushing it on prosperity. And we're at 62. Okay, so hold on a second. This is going to answer a question. 13 plus 9 is 22 plus 30 would have us at 52. But the 10 that we've spent here is being counted. So we are allowed to have committed biodiversity. Okay, critically important question answered. And now that we know that, holy shit, we can drive these values up. If I'm allowed to use my Apex Biotica, yeah, this is gonna get extremely good. So, first of all, all trees on the planet. There is some extent to which we are just going to slam down a bunch of Apex Biotica for the purpose of boosting total biodiversity, because right now we don't have them, right? So if I turn this into a pangolin, and then this into any other kind of animal, some kind of animal we don't have yet, that's going to be a biodiversity boost. You still have tree, mineral, and animal. Yeah. Oh my god, that's so good. That's such good news, friends. All right. Do we have an animal that's not represented in the biome at the moment? Are there stoats? Okay, we got stoats and rabbits. We got Corsacks. We got musk deer. We know that. We got ourselves some red deer. We got raccoon dogs. We got palace cats. All of the animals that we currently know how to make exist here. So the animal that we put down is not going to be a biodiversity gain, no matter what. So it's just like what animal does the job in the spot most effectively. Because remember, after we clear this, we are still going to have to get to 500 prosperity. So it is like what is the most math? Yeah. Oh, that mossy stone is our only mossy stone too. So from a biodiversity perspective, oh no, we do have a moss agate, cool. But from a biodiversity perspective, we do need to put down a mossy stone somewhere. Once we replace this, I still think it's worth replacing it for the pangolin. So you're just like 25 value. Are we gonna do better than 25 value? We have 1 million biodiversity. We can definitely afford to spend some. If I put down another pangolin here, I mean, it is pretty good, honestly. It's only going to be harmony times 2, but it's still pretty good. Yeah. Okay. And then, this biome needs to be larger. You still have, like, there's 25 diversity locked behind this project. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm trying to figure out where I'm putting my crevice. Because we could dump it between the cities, right? And gain 4 patches, but I'm wondering if I want to put it inside this city's borders. So let's see. You want to be next to the gem. You don't care what you're next to. You want to be next to 3 distinct animals. So if I drop it right here, actually it doesn't disrupt anything. And then we can work toward maxing this out, and, you know, obviously we're getting more diversity than we're paying for in that way. So yeah, let's do that. Let's throw down a crevice right here. Give this city some extra room to grow. Yeah, the fact that we're allowed to spend the biodiversity makes this super doable. And I thought that might be the case, but I was worried that it might not be because of the fact that, like, you know, that would certainly make for an interesting challenge, right? It would be a significant level of challenge. So let's buy a little bit more. I'm certainly not going to do any nomad charges. We can probably afford to use population for a couple of era point boosts, eon point boosts. I always say the wrong thing. Okay. Now, we need to drive the gold value of Moss Valley Shrines up. And so it is a little awkward that I'm about to insist on putting down a mossy stone here. But, you know. So you want to be next to some Biotica with base science output. Am I maybe replacing the Marula? Hmm. 40 gold for each distinct animal in the biome, plus more for each distinct animal that is 2-star or higher. We're going to want to upgrade these spots, and I think this is going to be a thing where we have to upgrade a slot and just accept that it's not going to legacy very much, because we are pretty desperately in need of eon preservation at this point. So, what else don't we have established that we want to have established? We have some ginkgo, we have some marula. We have all of our plants except for the maple tree. This is obviously going to be a pretty decent prosperity driver, and you want to be adjacent to as many trees as possible. So we want to drop you like here. Sorry, well, this bamboo's not a tree, is it? No, that's awkward. How do I take maximum advantage? Okay. Your lighthouse is all the way turned on. Your lighthouse isn't, right? So maybe that's actually the first thing to fix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we threw it on another crevice here, I just expanded the size of this city, and that's probably going to make it a little bit less friendly to natural expansion. So I think we may need to use an expansion. We may need to use another crevice charge inside its borders to make sure it has room for 12 ocean biotica, and then try to solve this problem as much with the ocean biotica as possible, because that's going to get us a bunch of extra money. And we certainly have a lot of interesting ocean stuff, especially now that I know we're allowed to use our biodiversity. Right, like the surgeonfish is going to be fantastic. So, you want to be adjacent to a critter. Surgeonfish is a critter. Okay. All right. Let's do that. I am going to purchase one additional expansion charge, and then I'm just going to go ahead and commit the rest of our population to an eon limit increase. We are going to take this expansion charge, and we're going to use it in here. Just create 2 additional patches of ocean. And then let's gain a hell of a lot of money in the ocean. Hell of a lot of money and biodiversity. There's room for a lot of biodiversity gain. All right. So first things first. That surgeonfish has to be in shallow water. I think I probably want to put it right here. Right, we can just upgrade this. Keep this stuff around. That wants to be adjacent to an animal. That wants to be adjacent to a critter. Like I said, I don't think we have time to play with... and by time I mean eon. I don't think we have time to play with... legacizing slots to get maximum value. We're just going to have to deal with the fact that some of this is going to be less than optimal. Okay, each thing has a base science. Yeah, man. 3 distinct biotica. You don't actually care what the biotica are. They just need to be different. That's pretty good. This wants to be a plant now? But you want to be adjacent to a critter. Troublesome. All right, do we have good sea plants? Plus 60 food. The sargassum's a little awkward. I don't really want to be doing food. I can't ocean draft anyway, so we'd have to pick up 2 draft charges. Spend 1 in the savannah to max out our biome thing, and then we could pick up an ocean thing. So this is actually going to be really hard to make use of. Yeah. What do you gain from mystery? It's just straight 8 gold. So mystery is very, very good for you. All right, I think I'm going to stick to the plan. Just going to throw it on surgeonfish here. And then we get huge value for each thing with the reef tag that we put in the biome. For example, this mahi-mahi. What an underwater paradise. Okay, it's got us on 64. You have a reef tag, that's pretty fun. Yeah, bonuses in the entire biome. It's so fucking good. I think we got to put the Mahi Mahi down here because this is where the third slot is. Or this is where the level 3 slot is, right? Let's just go ahead and do that. More biodiversity. And you are a haven for micros, and that is a thing we may need to make use of soon. Alright, what else can we put down that doesn't exist already? You want to be next to Expanse Biotica. I definitely want to put down a manta ray, and the manta ray is a reef, and that's awesome. Also, the manta ray is a predator. Oh, but the bonus fires as long as they're adjacent to something that has the fish tag. So actually, anything near the Mahi Mahi is already boosted. Okay, so other sources of gold that we don't yet have access to. Did I ever put down that manganese? Did that happen? No, I thought about it a bunch and then didn't place it. Oh, no, never mind. There we go. Okay, so we do have a manganese. We no longer have pearl. And obviously pearl would kick the hell out of this jasper. This space is still adjacent to the coast, right? I think so. So let's put that down there. That's a biodiversity trade because we're losing the unique jasper, but we're gaining the pearl. We'll put the jasper down somewhere else. Oh, right, that also has the reef tag. Damn. Okay, so I need to buy... Gosh, are we going to be able to get to 8 ocean bioticum? I have to put down 4 more biotica. Like, if we buy... Shit. I kind of don't think so. Right, I'm only going to be able to buy 2 more boosts at most. Oh, no. Wow. Okay, no more boosts. All right, well. That's a shame. Okay, we get to put down a couple more things. They just have to be, they have to be unique things, is all. I mean, we're not going to make the Expanse Biotica thing happen. That, I think, is just the case. Let's spend an upgrade charge here. You want to be adjacent to 3 different biotica, and we're almost there. Another big plant booster. All right, well, I definitely want to put down a manta ray. And putting down a manta ray in a slot that's higher level than the manta ray is big value. And that has produced so many points of resources. That is going to get us a draft for sure. Yeah, it's a real bummer. If we were able to get 1 more placement. So here, I mean, like, obviously we have to take Savannah. I don't know that it can possibly matter. Secretary Bird and Serval is kind of cool. Yeah, sure. If we were to pick up another draft now, it could go in the ocean. But it also doesn't matter. Alright, so each distinct bioticum with a science yield gains massive value, right? You guys are going to do some trade. It's a shame nobody invented anything of value this time around. Actually, I guess I don't know that. We did have another invention pop over here. Okay, house oil is very good, actually. That is a 4 prosperity trade good. You only have 2 of your trade route slots full? Is that... Yeah, I guess the total science output of that city is pretty low. So I guess there's a question as to, at this point, where it makes sense to provide the boosters. Your lighthouse is capped. But placing food plants here continues to have high value. We have some micro charges. We have a micro charge and some unspent micros, is what I should say. All right, over here, where would a predator tag be valuable? What's not boosted that should be boosted? All of the gazelle's money is coming from legacy slots. So is anything here producing like a fair amount of money or mystery at all? Because mystery is also boosted by the predator tag. I think that the fact is everything that gets boosted by having a predator next to it is boosted right now. Everything that actually gains value. So this is really mostly about the 20 gold. Cool, bread's good. Congratulations on your bread. Plus 25% gold on just anything is definitely interesting. There's some stuff where this is going to provide a fair amount of extra wealth. Or a fair amount of extra prosperity, rather. Is it? I mean, it's probably just the surgeon fish, right? 398 gold output. It's got to be the highest thing on the planet. But if it's the highest thing on the planet, do we want a jeweled beetle? Because we have these. Yeah, plus mystery, plus food. Well, I can't use this on a surgeon fish, though, because it's a 3-star. How close are you to the population threshold for your... You would have to gain 10 population to put out a 3-star emblem? That's rough. That's really rough, actually. Okay, what else can we buy in the shop? We can buy a border booster. That's not very interesting. We still have the ability to purchase terraform charges. Now, ordinarily, I like to use these on mountains, but since with us in the situation we're in now, where we just don't have the Eon and there's no way realistically for us to get the Eon to do any further placements, maybe using this to produce sanctuaries or creeks is worthwhile. Let me see about that. So the creek does what again? Oh, sorry, you're not the creek one. 50% on all yields to plants on either side. So you want to run it. You want to run it through somewhere like this. And I still have not put down the super high value tree, right? Yeah, the maple tree is very powerful if placed in a spot where it's adjacent to 4 trees. We don't need the biodiversity of bamboo anymore. So, but I do need a level 3 space. It's a little awkward. Yeah, I guess the best way to make use of this would be to put it down over this white willow. To upgrade this slot, put it down over where the white willow is, and then put down here an actual tree. But obviously, we get a little bit less total value. Well, but it concludes in 6. The maple tree is, of course, not medicinal. Stuff over here is grass and undergrowth, not trees, so it's only gaining... Well, that's a tree. So we're probably looking at just the trees in this area plus that one tree over there. But that's still a lot of value, right? The maple tree itself will be producing, ideally, 400 food, 400 science, plus the 50 food and science base. Plus itself, it is a tree, so first among commons might apply to it twice even. It is definitely the highest value thing we can do. All right, I'm gonna, because we can't get the lighthouse turned on, the best we could do is get to 7 before we run out of Eon. I'm gonna come over here and do that thing. Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna make it to 500, but I think this is how we want to approach it. Do I want to place a micro in one of these before I delete it? Plus 10% science for each distinct mineral within borders. Ah, not within the biome. It's not very good over here anymore. It's not really very good anywhere. Yeah, that's a shame. Plus 5 resources. Plus 5% all resources for each patch in this biome on any biotica. I mean, any 1-star, obviously. That's pretty good. That's probably like a pangolin thing, right? Yeah, I don't think it goes on any of this stuff. I think we're cool to just do the upgrade. Yes, this one. I was double checking. And we can afford to dip a little bit on biodiversity now. But now we know if we have to attempt Solar Punk again, we know that it's good enough to have 35 total. It doesn't have to be unspent. And that is a big difference, right? That'll make a huge difference for us. Okay. And then we would want to put down a creek right here. Probably. I'm going to buy this in any case. There's no sense in not buying the thing. Look, these have pretty good yields. Obviously, I'd love to boost the ginkgo. We don't get 4 plants if I put the creek down here, but maybe it's fine because the ginkgo is so much better. Right, here we have 125 plus 115 in total. So 240 total resource output. The ginkgo is way better. Yeah, so let's put down our first ever creek. How does this work? How does it put it down? Oh, maybe it puts it down in the middle of the patch. Okay. Well, we'll still want it to be here probably then, right? We want it to affect the maple tree, for sure. Okay, so you're reading creeked. You are not creeked. Okay. So yeah, it only affects the things on that patch. I was assuming it would come down and it would affect, because of the way the adjacency lines stretch over stuff, like you would think it would affect the ginkgo too. Right, given what the word adjacent means here, this is considered to be adjacent to that ginkgo for other purposes. But okay, so now we know how these work. It does avoid using the word adjacent. Okay, I mean, whatever, that's cool. We managed to make it to 480. We're doing pretty well. So now, with the micros that we have the resources to create a sanctuary. And I probably want to do that somewhere. Non-emblem micros get placed twice. So it feels like doing that for the placement of the jeweled beetle is probably good because, holy hell, that's a lot of gold. So let's do that. Let's do one of those on the surgeonfish. Let's pop in here, purchase, terraform charge, and you get to do... Oh, it cannot be placed in the ocean. Well, What's producing the most gold on land? This Corsac's doing all right. Yeah, and only 37 of it is from the raccoon dog, so that's like 250 real gold. I wouldn't mind providing that booster there. Over here, the largest gold output's coming from like that vulture. Yeah, a lot of our gold on this side is actually tucked away in the legacy stuff. So I think we want to do it on the Corsac. Okay, and this is a single patch thing as well. This will get us some extra value. And we want to spend our last Eon putting down a good plant here, but obviously that's a thing that should wait a second. Oh, that's pretty. Alright, you come and jewel up this Corsac. Alright, that was worth a little bit of prosperity. That was worth 1 prosperity. Alright, your other thing is just 20. And this has to go in the savannah. So yeah, does 20 gold in the savannah get us a point of prosperity? It doesn't. Okay, well, I probably want to leave your space open for something that's actually like pretty good. It'll get doubled to 40 here, probably. Yeah, let's put it on you. Actually, sorry, we'll put it on you. If it does get doubled to 40, it's still not a point of prosperity, but it's close. Alright, and then we have our emblems, so we also have a microcharge and the ability to buy more microcharges. Is that getting properly doubled? It is. Cool. Oh, in fact, it's coming right. It's coming across as more than 40 because of the Pyro Queen buff. So that is going to be exactly a point of prosperity. That's rad. Look at all of our tiny bonuses adding up. I like games, y'all. just thought I should mention that in case it was unfamiliar at this point. Does it make sense to just put down a second maple tree? Is that the victory here? Where are you at on? Okay, we could get a 3-star emblem from you by putting that down. Unfortunately, a 3-star emblem here is probably not any good. Oh, they did cuddly pets. That's all right. So now they have a 4 prosperity trade good and a 3 prosperity trade good. How close are we to opening up more trade routes in the other cities? You're 9 prosperity, or you're 9 wealth off, and you're 7. Okay, so we probably can do that. We're gonna have to do at least that well to get to where we're going, so I sure hope we can do that. Alright, now the question is... plus 20% for each distinct predator bioticum in this biome. How many predators are there in the ocean? Because the mantis would be really good on the surgeonfish if there are predators to back it up. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then all the way over here. There's got to be at least 1, right? Oh, maybe not. Well, okay, that's a bummer, but even at 3, that's still 60% all yields. Well, sorry, 60% all non-mystery yields. That feels pretty big, right? There's also you. We have to remember that you have some special placement rules. Okay. The merchant emblem. Merchant would take 6 more population to produce higher emblems. Each patch of this biome to a maximum of 12. This is gonna fire. This is gonna fire at 60% on everything. So the question is there anything where it makes more sense than a pangolin? Since it has to go on something 1 star. I feel like the pangolin's got to be the play. Right, that's going to add 60 value. Yeah. And that should actually give us 2 prosperity. Yeah. That's a couple of bumps. That's nice. Oh, we did end up with a 3 star. Okay. So, what is our most scientific science mineral? Do we have a 3? I don't think we do have a 3-star science mineral down anywhere, right? We have a 3-star gold producing mineral. 10% science for each. Yeah, for each distinct mineral within borders. I don't think this is going to be very good, like, anywhere, sadly. Yeah, we just don't really have a lot of... it's the manganese? I think it's the manganese. I think 30 science output might be all we're able to do. That feels bad, but... we just don't, we didn't end up relying on a lot of minerals. We built a lot of minerals briefly, but all the minerals we're keeping are gold outputters. Yeah. Okay. That's... so we can put any booster on that. Sorry, we can't put the level 1 booster on that. I guess I would put the... yeah, I don't think it really matters, right? These are going to be equally hard to use because we don't have any 3-star minerals. I guess use the 2-star one. Alright, so go put that down. Where are we at on science? It'll take a bit of a science boost. I'm just trying to figure out like what we do with all of the emblems. What is our most mystery and gold outputting 1-star bioticum? So the sea crate is 45 gold. These are 2s. Honestly, the clownfish is kind of the thing. Obviously, this is going on the mantis. For each animal within borders, yeah, this should be pretty good on the manta ray. You're getting the mantis proper, as we already talked about. I'm thinking, I'm feeling like we can get there. I think we're gonna get there. So that should be quite a lot of extra yield. Yeah, that's going to be a couple of points. Good. We can make this trade route happen. And if they send out a good trade route, the trade route itself could be worth another 3 or 4 prosperity. Okay. I mean, is there any universe where this isn't the thing I do? I think we need that mantis too badly. Plus 25 all yields for each adjacent bioticum that has a science yield is really good on the maple tree. Yeah, wow. So I probably want to do a microcharge through excuse me, through you and another one through you for maximum value. So let's go ahead and fire these. This has got to be right? Well, hold on. We could buy a terraform charge here. Oh, but you can't place the upgrades over top of each other, right? I was like, we could sanctuary this. It would be very good. But no, it can't overlap with a creek, right? Okay. So yeah, just put the thing down then. Plus 50% science if adjacent to a plant. Ooh. But this is going to be 75% everything. This is the winner here for sure. Yeah, it's a shame when you place the like that definitely gained a bunch of stuff, but it didn't show the resources coming up out of it, and that's a little bit of a shame because that's kind of a fun part of the thing. All right, another microcharge because we know we want to fire your distinct mantis micro right here. Alright, plus 60% outputs is fine. That's gonna get us another like 2. We're getting there. We're getting close. We're also getting close even without the trade route opening. If we did get the trade route, it would be guaranteed to get us at least 1 more point of prosperity, so I suppose this ought to be the place where we're mostly focused. Extra biodiversity. Ooh, hell yeah, krill. Fucking love krill. Plus 100% yields on a plant. Yo, that's fucked. That's wild that exists. Come over here, because I do think, like, we gotta do this over here, right? As much as I want to focus on upgrading this stuff, there are no plants that are anywhere worth this ladybug in this area. I think our ginkgos should be pretty similar in terms of total yield. Yeah. So you may as well just throw this down here. Pretty solid. Oh, right, and adding science to the... I forgot that adding science to our medicinal stuff adds bonus yields on top of everything else. So that's done it, actually. Yeah, we are definitely going to make it to even more technology. And then with that being the case, we don't really need to continue anymore, but like, let's finish spending the micros we already have at least. Here, get some mystery. Why not? Oh, because I don't... Hold on, I want the mystery to go on something that's adjacent to a fish or adjacent to a predator. I'm going to put the mystery here. Because you're adjacent to a thing. Because the mystery from this is going to get buffed by the Pirate Queen thing. Yeah, right? 12 instead of 8. Alright. This is a biodiversity. This doesn't do anything. We have plus 25% food. 50% science if you're adjacent to a plant. What is our most scientific plant out here? It's going to be another ginkgo. Yep. Definitely going to throw down more mystery out here in the ocean. Unfortunately, we have a lot of... Oh, right, the Mahi Mahi can take another... Yeah, you can take another mystery booster. And plus 25% food on something. Emblems are weird. I feel like they're often less good than the other micros. And I guess that makes sense because in the end, what they are for mostly is like oh right, I forgot about the lemongrass. Like their value that doesn't cost you anything, right? So it does make sense that they're a little bit worse. All right, we absolutely could push this higher. I am not going to stress about it. I'm not going to worry about even making use of these. I think we are just going to place our plant and get out of here. So, is it a ginkgo? No, it's another maple tree, right? It's another maple tree for sure. Yeah. Yeah, wow. Look at that. Look at those yields. That's pretty solid. You know, honestly, I do want to pull another one of these. Give me that woolly moth caterpillar over here. What else do we pull? Just plus 20 science and another plus 25% food. Wow. Hey, check it out. It's a tree that's just like the tree that's next to the tree that it is. Woo! Alright. Decent. It's fair. It's a little bit alright. Hell yeah, we're outputting the worst the worst trade goods we have access to. Let's do it. Big food output is... Who's got the big food output? The amaranth is already boosted. The marula. Yeah, what about the marula over here? I didn't put down a marula over there. I put it down here. Well, yeah, what the hell? 25% food yield. The city's going to be incredible. Plus 20 science on just kind of like something random, something low, otherwise low value. This elephant grass. The city's doing all right on prosperity. Plus 30 science, and also you're a flower? This millet. Congratulations. And I think that's going to give us enough science. Oh no, we actually have enough science to buy a microcharge already. Well then, let's do it. Base science yield. Looking at this and thinking about where else we could do something with it. I think we're kind of full up on all this stuff. Yeah, maybe we're done with that one. Ooh, octopus stinkhorn. Adds the element tag to a mineral. Yo, that's very cool. All right, over here. What's left? Where do we still have spaces left? That. So that's producing 120 gold. That's not bad as far as ocean yields go. Yeah. All right. Oh, this has to go on an animal though. Then maybe this is in fact receiving the final krill. That should get us the trade route we were talking about. And the miner is still coming up with sick new inventions that will maybe be even more worth trading for. No, you're going the wrong way, you fools. Yeah, these guys don't have anything of value. Why would you trade in this direction? The bread's all right, but I think you're already getting bread. Terrible. All right, out of curiosity, what did you just invent? Modest earrings. Okay, that's not so interesting. A fur vest made of raccoon dog fur. Sure. All right, we still have a couple more of these. 30 science on a mineral. Did you count up all your stuff yet? 30 science would get me a little bit more prosperity here. 30 science on a mineral. Sure. And then 20% everything for each distinct predator bioticum in this biome. I think I'm going to put that on the lemongrass. Nope, I'm not. It's an animal thing. I think I'm going to put it on... We got all the good animals. Sorry, all the powerful ocean animals. It's like white-backed vulture? Maybe? Yeah, we don't have a lot of super high animal yields. And this particular biome is a little light on predators, I think. Distinct predators, so we have like 2. Well, no, that's right. We have the Corsac and the Stoat. Actually, it does work here. It's pretty all right here. You know what? Put it down on the red deer. Take advantage of the other half of this, what do you call it? The other half of this sanctuary. Okay, even more trade routes for garbage, for just absolute garbage. And then buy a couple of those. Not that, sorry. This and creek and right, just like put creeks next to all the ginkgo. Doesn't matter much which way we do this here. But yeah, that's extra payout from the ginkgo, which turns into extra payout from the apothecary. That apothecary is now outputting 1,600 science. Pretty solid, I think. Pretty okay yields. And then are we out of... We're pretty much out of ways to improve stuff, right? I don't think that... we almost have the ability to buy more Eon. we almost got there. And we do have more of this stuff. Like, honestly, if I really wanted to keep pushing this, I think I kind of could. There's a non-zero chance that we could squeeze enough food out of the emblems if we'd been smarter with placing them, or, you know, if they were different emblems or something, to get us to the 70, to get us another 5 Eon so we could place one more Biotica, or Bioticum, but, like, we're pretty good here. A thing to note. This city went completely bananas. Really, really good yields on everything. We have multiple Biotica that are dropping like 3,000 points of total resources, or close to. The city itself is only at 279 prosperity. So that first one that we tried, the first 3-star, the Sludge Corp one, didn't the Sludge Corp city have to get to 300 prosperity? Or maybe it was only 250. In any case, I want to make a point here that, like, this number is not easy to reach because of the escalating values that you need for further points of prosperity in the same resource. So Sludge Corp is not going to be easy. but we have now a sense of what it takes. Let's go ahead and tap out here. Nature and humanity live in harmony. They love their giant overlords and the beautiful rainbows that those giants produce. Happy Pride, everyone. I don't think it's Pride anymore. I think it's the first, right? I don't know. It's always pride in my heart, except when it's wrath. Alright. Lots of yield for our profile there, which means this should get us leveled all the way up, right? Plus, you know, unlocks. Alright, let's see some new biotica. Let's see some cool new stuff. Alright, oil counts as an empty slot. It is an energy and an element. Plus 15 science and gold for each plant not in this biome on the planet. That's really interesting. Also, methane. Okay, legacy plants. Interesting. It's not the only thing that cares about legacy plants in its slot. We were, I think, quite short on biotica that had the energy tag, so this is good stuff to see here. Get some helium. Ooh, 20 science for each distinct biotica in the biome. And each distinct legacy biotica in the biome is also valuable. That's really interesting. The kapok tree. Plus 25 food and 2 thing if adjacent to at least 1 bird or monkey bioticum. See, this is interesting because this is only 75 resource yield from a 3-star, but it is both a tree and a titan, which are valuable tags. And it does have a lot of biodiversity on it. Fluorite is good. We've seen the fluorite before. Flint, yeah, flint's fine. More elements early on is certainly valuable. A lot of the low-star element stuff we have is kind of unimpressive. Sugar beets. Okay, plus 40 food for each adjacent mineral. That could be pretty good, especially if you're doing like a mountainous area. Lignite is good. Lost tags always useful. Ooh. Sources of mystery on land are usually they're pretty rare. And it's a gem. That's actually really cool. I used to live in a town where a lot of the industry is processing sugar beets, by the way, and the trucks would just be like heaped with sugar beets, driving them back and forth. And woe betide unto you should a sugar beet fall off the truck while that thing is traveling, because they're unbelievably hard. Like, you have never felt a rock that felt as solid, as certain that it could fuck you up as a sugar beet. I don't know if it's like they dry them and that makes them like that, or if they're like that to start with, but it's, yeah. I was always so nervous when we were driving behind the trucks. Plus 50 science and gold for each distinct set of animal and undergrowth in the biome, and it has the element tag. This granite seems very powerful. I like that it does both resources. 15 food and a biodiversity for each adjacent bioticum that has a base science yield. That's a very strong non-apex. Yeah, wow, that's a very strong non-apex plant. Fruit and medicinal and undergrowth, and like 45 points of yield plus a biodiversity. And then, of course, crossbills and blue beads, both of which are great and have lots of great tags. I like the way this game's tag system works. That is an extremely adorable drawing of a cheetah. Ooh. Plus 5% gold yield for each empty slot in the biome up to 20 times. That's interesting. You can get a lot of value out of doing like a barren mode thing here. Okay, bearded drow. Is this one we've seen before? If there are 2 micro in adjacent biotica. Interesting. Again, sources of mystery on land. They are rare and probably valuable. 2x fruit, plus 30 for, food for each fruit bioticum on the planet. And I know that the wording suggests that this isn't the case, but as we've seen before, I would expect that to actually mean every fruit tag on the planet. Plus 10% for each distinct fruit bioticum. Yeah, this is Marquise of the Fruits. 125 food and 1 biodiversity if there are at least 4 distinct plants in the biome. I like these very high yield animals that have 2 micro slots. That's very powerful. Okay, yeah, that's some good resources. And we managed to pull off another 3-star third era. And new main spirits. We're obviously not going to start another game here, but I do want to see, like, what have we gained access to? All minerals gain plus 5 science, plus 1 gold for each distinct element within borders. Yo, that is very powerful. But that doesn't count as a base yield, I would imagine. All gems are plus 1 biodiversity if they're unique in the biome. That's really cool. All Apex Biotica gain plus 2 of each basic resource yield for each completed city request level. Huh. Wow, that seems like it would be a huge amount of resources, right? Because if you just do the very basic thing that we're doing, we're not getting fancy with it at all. Just like 3 cities, and you push through all 4 levels on each of them. That is a lot of free yield. And any percentage modifier that gets applied, like that seems really powerful. And like for it to be each type of resource, I think is really interesting. All plants gain 15% all resources for each, or 15% food and science for each distinct tag on them. That's very cool as well. There are some neat ones. Okay, those are going to be fun to play with. Obviously, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, there are still some eras left to explore here. I'm just clicking through. We have never attempted the space race. We have yet to actually clear Sludge Corp. And then, you know, there is at least once I want to try a planet where we just do calm in all 3 eras and see what that looks like. So yeah, a little bit left to go here as far as revealing everything. And also, I'm just having a real blast playing this game. So come back next time for more, and we'll see you then.